Hello, my friend Davorka here. Let's talk about emotions because I have made few videos something regarding the emotions and how you can change your emotional state quite quickly, but I never actually explained what the emotion is. And especially from psychologists' point of view, they're scientists. They have to dissect everything. They have to figure out how everything works. So they actually did figure out the elements of emotion or how the emotion is built. So let me share that with you because my personal way of thinking about the life is that once you know the process of how something becomes, it can help you in you tweaking it to how it's going to serve you a little bit more. And when it comes to the emotions, so emotions are actually the thoughts that we give meaning to. And as you know, over the course of day, or even over the course of only 1 minute of your day, you have multitude of thoughts that goes through your head. However, this reticular system that you have in your head is actually picking on and bringing in front of you to your attention only the thoughts that are valid to you at that point, or would be of benefit to you, or are just automatic programming that usually come to your attention. So when you get those thoughts, some of them you just neglect completely, but some of them really rile you up or make you really happy. So those are the thoughts that are calling you to action, and those thoughts that call you to action are actually emotions. That's how they explained it, or at least that's my understanding of their explanation. So emotion is built of four elements. And now, usually, how they explain it, they go from outside in, but I'm going to do it the other way around because emotion is something that you feel inside and then it's expressed outside. And it just makes sense. It makes more sense for me like that. So, the first thing that is the part of emotion, that is the meaning that you give to that situation, to that thought. So, for example, if you have glass plate and it falls on the ground and you see glass everywhere, so now what is the meaning that you have behind that? Is it going to be like, oh my god, this plate was a part of the set and now I'm not going to have a set anymore and it was really valuable? So this is the meaning that you give to it. Or are you going to say, oh my god, like, oh, this happened, that's okay, it's just a thing, we're going to replace it? Or are you giving that kind of meaning to that situation? So see, just by the first approach and the first thing of the meaning that you give to that situation, that is going to set your emotional state. For me, that's a spark. The second thing is the language that you use. Again, the same. It's really interconnected with the meaning. So that is like, this is so valuable. This is horrible. I'm going to lose a part of my set. This is not going to be a set anymore. It's catastrophe. So what kind of language are you giving to that meaning and adjoining to that meaning? Or are you going to say, yeah, that's okay, it's just a thing, I can replace it with something else, it's going to be eclectic and it's going to be cool, I'm going to make it work? So this is your outlook on life also, and this is the language that you usually use. The third part would be the attention or the focus that you give to it. So again, in this example of a broken plate, if this broken plate, you see it as a horrible thing because you don't have a set anymore, you're putting your focus and your attention as a lack, right? You don't have the set anymore, so something that you had is not here anymore, and you have attention or focus of loss in this moment. This is how you're going to react, and this is how you're going to feel it. But if you see it from a different perspective and you don't give the focus of loss here, you just give the focus of, oh, okay, this is broken, it's not the best thing, but I can replace it and I'm going to have like a new eclectic set and something different that nobody else has. Again, your focus is somewhere else. And then there is the fourth element of emotion. And this is something that is really important. And I actually covered that in one of my previous videos. And that is the physical association. So every time you feel miserable, you are going to have certain physical features about it. Or when you feel ecstatic and happy, you're going to have certain physical features about it. And actually, Tony Robbins is, for me, from my point of view, because he was the first one that I actually heard talking so loudly about this with his superhero stance. He says, like, and I did cover that in a previous video, and that is that if you want to change your emotion, first of the things is because this body is like a biological machinery, and it's programming. And if you do something that is against the programming that you feel at this moment, you are bringing the programming that you actually anticipate. So in this way, if you're really bummed down and really sad about losing that one plate and not having a set of that, and if you put this and say who cares about it, you're not going to be so sad anymore, because your physical association is going to be in conflict with what you're thinking at this moment is. And pretty soon your physical association is going to pull the different kind of emotion that is usually connected to that kind of physical association. So think about it like that. Now that you understand what emotion is built from, and what are actually the elements of emotions, you can be more observant about your emotional state and your mental state when you feel certain emotions. So just try it every time, actually not every time, but next time you feel certain emotion, I would recommend be observant when you feel positive emotion, and also be observant when you feel negative emotion. Now, when I say observant, I'm not saying, okay, go and like scream to yourself in your head, why am I feeling like this? No, be like a scientist. Let it go with the flow and just observe your thinking. Be completely neutral and just observe where you are and what are you doing and how are you acting. What kind of language is there in your head? What kind of language is out there when you are speaking out? What are you using? What kind of words? What kind of attention you put in? What kind of meaning you're putting in? And of course, how does your body look when you are feeling those sets of emotions? So the trick is, when you know yourself a little bit more and how the programming in yourself works, you're going to be more in power and more in control of knowing what to tweak and where to start tweaking it for yourself to become a better version of yourself. And of course, we all have something that we want to change about ourselves, but most of us, we don't know where to start. So this is something, just one step forward that. Okay, guys, I hope that this was helpful. I'm going to make more videos in the future, of course. If you have any suggestions, please do share them in the comment sections. And of course, hit like, hit subscribe. And if you want to connect with me on my social medias, all the links are in the description below. And yes, I'm still offering a free one-on-one with me. So the link for that is also there in the description. Bye bye for now and have a great day.